السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام على الحوراء زينب. السلام على أبي الفضل العباس. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين. We'd like to congratulate you and the whole world on the birth of the lights, the birth of Zainab al-Kubra, the birth of Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas, the birth of Hussein ibn Ali, Shaheed Karbala, the birth of Ali ibn al-Hussein al-Sajjad, and of course the birth of Hujjat ibn al-Hasan al-Qa'im. On the show today we have two very special guests, Sayyid Haidar al-Jazani and brother Murtada Hamdani. So we will go to them inshallah. My dear friend Sayyid Haidar al-Jazani, and he will inshallah bless us with some Arabic, I believe, recitations.
Inshallah. With a few Arabic poetry which everyone uses to start up a program inshallah. لا عذب الله أمي إنها شربت لا عذب الله أمي إنها شربت حب الوصي وغذتني باللبن وكان لي والد يهوى أبا حسني فصرت من ذي وذا أهوى أبا حسني.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. Thank you very much, Sayyid. That was seriously very beautiful. Thank you very much. Now, of course, we've heard both Urdu and Arabic, which is our, let's say, mother tongues, our traditional language. It's important to stick to traditions. But at the same time, we are living in London, in the West. So I'm sure you have something prepared in English, which you can bless the viewers who don't understand Arabic or Urdu, or for those that want to be blessed by the poetry in the name of the Ahlul Bayt. If you have anything prepared for us, brother, I'd like you to bless us with your voice in English, inshallah.
So I'll be reciting, inshallah, a poem written by my sister, which is based on the month of Sha'ban and the great personalities that were introduced to the world. As we know that Allah has said himself that Rajab is my month, and the Prophet has said Sha'ban is my month, and the month of Ramadan is for the world. So can we recite loud salawat before I start, please?
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajjal farajahum.
The month of the Prophet has come. Karbala's warriors have come. The first is the forever burning flame, who makes grown men crumble when hearing her name. And how not, when she is the pride of Ali, Zainab, who said, I see nothing but beauty. The second is the master of martyrs, whose cradle is a remedy for the angels. His love is crazy, it's hard to contain. 20 million come and chant out Hussein. The third is the humble door of wishes. He himself is the wish of the mother of mothers, Fatima's heart, Ali's lion, moon of the 14, mighty as he seems, Abbas Sakina is the queen. Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. MashaAllah, that was, you know what, that it's important to understand that yes, we are in the days of happiness, the days of afrah. But the people we are celebrating are the same people who went through Karbala. You know, Sayyidah Zainab, her birthday was yesterday. Imam Hussein, his birthday is tomorrow. Abu Fadl Abbas, day after. But they all went through Karbala. Yani, alhamdulillah, we have to celebrate their birth, but at the same time we cannot forget their masa'ib. So thank you for that. You really, you know, brought back the feelings of Ashura. Why do you think it's important for you personally to read in English?
So as you know, I've been reciting in Urdu and Punjabi for most of my life, and a lot of people have requested me to recite in English, and this wasn't something I was aware of, as many people in the masjid had said to me, have you written anything in English, have you got something prepared? And it came to me that I need to start reciting in English, as this was a market which was targeted towards more of the world. So alhamdulillah, recently I've been reciting in English, writing and composing my own recitations.
Writing as well?
Yes, yes.
We're going to hear some of your work.
Yes, inshallah.
Sayyid Haidar, back to you, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Ya Ali.
A small poem in English by my dear brother Nouri Sardar. 7 letters of which daily I've dreamt, and to each letter a lifetime I have lent. His name touches my ears before my heart's consent. The beat of my heart skips a lover's moment. The joy of my smile, the joy of my smile, and the cries I lament. Yet I still wonder what Hussein, what Hussein, what Hussein truly meant. Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. MashaAllah. Same question I posed to brother. Why do you think English is important? Like, what is it that made you want to start reciting English? Because I know you're when you recite in Arabic, you recite in big majalis, even with Sayyid Hassan. But English, why that field?
Well, of course, Arabic is the mother tongue, and I'm sure the brother he agrees as well when I say when you hear the poetry in your own mother tongue, it has a different effect to yourself.
Thank you very much for that beautiful recitation, Sayyid Haidar. Please, Nani, you've been reciting in Arabic for years. You've been up on Arabic majalis and big Arabic majalis you've recited, even with Sayyid Hassan and Karbala'i. But why English? Why did you decide to go into the English field of recitation?
Well, I think Brother Hamadani would agree with me also. When you listen to a poem in your own language, it has more of effect to yourself. And, you know, even sometimes there are words in our own language which the English language would not give it its rights. And, you know, ever since I was a kid, I used to recite in Arabic. And to be honest, growing up as a young kid, I wasn't a big fan of the English poetry. But still, I started hearing from Brother Nouri, Tahir, and Abu Shahbaz, and there's a lot of the brothers who started writing. And I thought, you know what? There's people out there with a gift from Ahlul Bayt, which they can serve a poem exactly how you'd hear it in your own language. So I think it's a very important thing, because there's people out there who maybe doesn't understand Arabic or Urdu or Punjabi or any of these languages. Maybe they just stick to English. So I think we could play a big part, especially right now in this moment of time. I mean, I know some of the generation, my generation, even in Arabic, they don't sit inside the Arabic lecture because they don't understand exactly what's being said, because Arabic or Urdu is a very hard language, especially being brought up in the West. Yeah. And I think, inshallah, the English is the best thing to also not only give a story, but also to paint you a picture when you close your eyes. And, you know, as you know, month of Sha'ban. Exactly. I mean, month of Sha'ban, not only were these heroes born, but with them, love and brothership and, you know, and all these things was born with it. So, alhamdulillah, shukr, inshallah.
On that note, I'd like to thank both reciters for the beautiful voices. They will be with us after the break, inshallah, and I hope you are too. See you very soon, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to our special show for the month of Sha'ban with our special guest Sayyid Haidar Al-Jazani and Brother Murtada Hamdani. Before we start with the recitations, I'd like to ask you both a very important question. When we grew up, I'm sure you know, the elder generation, they were the reciters. We looked up to the elder generation. We learnt from them. Now that we have reached a stage where we are reciting, what advice would you give to the younger generation, the generation under us? We're all still young, but there's still a generation under us that want to move into the path of reciting and serving the Ahlul Bayt. What would you tell them?
So, as I'm only 19 myself, I wouldn't have that much advice as compared to Brother Herdwood. But what I would say is, if you're going to do it, make sure you do it with 100% passion and effort. Otherwise, don't do it going into it forced. Otherwise, the outcome wouldn't be the best. And just enjoy it and make sure you do everything from the bottom of your heart and with the right intentions. And I'll pass on to Brother Haider.
Beautifully said. I think most importantly is don't try to copy someone who's older than you, or don't try to paste exactly what he's done, because there's things like me growing up. I learned that sometimes Sayyid Hassan would recite something I'm not able to recite, and if I do try to recite it without actually having practice and making sure that I've got 100%, it's not going to come out right. So of course, try to, as your practice comes through, as you go ahead with experience and stuff like that, you'll start to find your own style, and always try to bring up something new, inshallah, and practice. That's always practice all day.
So what we're saying is, correct me if I'm wrong, is we're taking the good from the elders, the main style that defines the elders. We take it and we create our own style.
You enhance it.
You enhance it. And then I believe the younger generation would do the same. So there'll be progression in the service of Ahlul Bayt, inshallah. But we need to sort of teach them. We need to pave the path for them, inshallah.
Of course.
On that note, I'd like you to bless us again with your voice, as this show is a show of celebration, a show of afrah. So I'd like to start with you, brother. If you have an English poem,
Yes,
please
inshallah.
bless us with your voice, brother. And I believe you promised us one that you have written as well.
Yes, that's the one I was about
Inshallah,
to recite now. It's
inshallah.
about the Holy Lady Bibi Fatima Zahra salam. And it's a poem. This was one of the first of many poems, inshallah, I've written myself.
Inshallah,
Fatima, you are the light of paradise. You are the rose of Ali's eyes. Fatima, a gift sent from the heavens to the earth. We cannot understand your worth, Fatima. We celebrate your birth. My sisters, no role model better than Fatima, an inspiration for your Islam's foundation, for your Islam's foundation. I hope Allah will bless me to see your palace. I say I hope Allah will bless us to see your palace. My heart is lost in this dark abyss, but Fatima, your light gives me bliss. Daughter of Muhammad, wife of Ali, mother of Hassan, mother of Hussein, no greater woman in history, Fatima. Allahumma salli
ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Sayyidah Fatima Zahra, truly an inspiration to us all, as were all of the Ahlul Bayt. Sayyid Haidar, please again bless us with your amazing voice.
Another poem by Brother Noor Sardar, and this poem is about Karbala itself. So inshallah. Before the eyes looks upon you, of you the mind dreams, before drawn on the eye, the heart your land fated deems, a land where love worth more than gold in your winded streams, perched against the harsh desert sun, Hussein's dome, it gleams. You exist before you reply. You are Karbala. Mecca struggles with pilgrimage of 3 million. Yet yearly your small town receives 13 million. None leaves you untouched none leaves you unclothed, nor unfed, even the orphans. Truly what we pray to is earth, but you are heaven. Salawat.
صلي على محمد وآل محمد. أحسن سيد حيدر. Now, alhamdulillah, we have two very powerful voices on the show. يعني, I don't know how to describe it other than powerful, but there must be something that you do to train your voice, because at the end of the day it's a muscle that you use to eject such a voice. Now, what advice would you give to any viewer that goes into, leave advice, what do you do? What's your diet? What do you to keep your voice pure and in the same strength? Sayyid Haidar, please.
Well, as you said, it's a muscle and you have to exercise it. You have to keep it warm before you recite, or else you'll injure yourself. I actually injured myself a few months ago, just after Muharram. And I didn't put too much care. After emergency, I drank cold water, which usually I don't do, but sometimes when you come off the pulpit and it's really hot and you need something cold. So these things affect your voice very much, because the cold, your muscles already warm. Once you put cold water on it, it just stiffens. And when you speak to someone and stuff like that, that's when you put pressure on the muscles, in your vocals. And before I recite for about a month or something, you don't eat no spices. You can't have fizzy drinks, or fizzy drinks you have to cut out anyway. But because you practice, so when you practice, you need to have that healthy muscle. So most importantly, of course, is diet. Smoking is not good. Screaming too much, putting too much pressure, of course, is not good as well. Even though one of the exercises is actually go into a wide park and just not scream, but let out your full voice, and that will expel your muscle and open up. You might get injured first, second time, third time, but even when you pull a muscle in the gym, it always builds it back up and it gets stronger.
I believe I heard the same thing from Muhammad al-Hujarat, the Kuwaiti reciter. Yes. He said one time, screaming is good for the short term, but over a while it will damage you fully. It's not good. So if you're over a short period of time, it will help your voice if you want to recite.
You do it until you feel that.
Until you feel the pain, But in the long term, it has to be gradually, because it will damage your vocal cords. Thank you very much for that, Sayyid Haidar. Any tips you'd like to give, or anything you'd like to contribute to?
What I would say is, if you are planning to recite something at the mosque or the masjid, you can just focus on that certain recitation and recite at different levels of scale. So me and Brother Harry were talking about it backstage, where you start off at low and you go higher and higher. That will also increase your range, your vocal range, which is very necessary in the day and age where there's a lot of people listening to you and you need a loud range to reach people. But other than that, it's just about dieting, and you can also steam your voice. Some people, they put towels over the head and they open their mouths and they steam their voice, which is very healthy. I do it myself twice a day, and it has taken a massive impact. But that's about it, to be honest.
It improves your breathing as well.
Ahsantum. Now, with that, bearing that in mind, what you just said, we want to hear the maximum of your voices now, inshallah, with some traditional recitations. Urdu, of course, from yourself, and Arabic from yourself, Sayyid Haidar. But I want you to give it, inshallah.
Inshallah.
كحل عينك بفاطم وقرها كحل عينك بفاطم وقرها 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 وقارك لو مشت يحمد وقرها عهود وياكل موقع بوقرها يفوز بجنة الزهرة زكي يا لنج كوثري انتي وجناني يا لنج كوثري انتي وجناني شوقك شت الي عقلي ويبا جنني وجناني الج كل الانس فدوه وجناني وصيحا فدوه الترابل زيتشي.
If you don't mind, can you recite salawat, please?
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم.
سيدة طاهرة رازية مرزية سيدة طاهرة رازية مرزية سيدة طاهرة رازية مرزية हाँ वो है फातिमा हाँ वो है फातिमा नाजिल दिले रसूल पर नाजिल दिले रसूल पर जो मुझजा हुआ हाँ वो है फातिमा हाँ वो है फातिमा चल का जो काटती है तो बुनती है आसमान चरखा जो काटती है तो बुनती है आसमान चक्की जो पीसती है तो चलता है ये जहान यूं हाथ किबरिया का यूं हाथ किबरिया का बटाती है जो सदा हाँ वो है फातिमा हाँ वो है फातिमा ज़हरा की अज़मतों को क्या समझेगा ये बशर हसनैन बाग खुल्द के सरदार है मगर जन्नत हसन हुसैन की जन्नत हसन हुसैन की है जिसके ज़ेर पा हाँ वो है फातिमा हाँ वो है फातिमा अल्लाहुम्मा सल्ली अला मुहम्मद
وآل محمد.
Thank you. Thank you.
Earlier we were discussing about different languages and learning different languages. What was it you were asking? I think Sayyid Haidar, I overheard you about.
Yeah, I was just asking Brother Heather about the language of Arabic, and I thought it sounds really good to the ears just when you're speaking in general conversation, and I wanted to know if it's a difficult language for someone like me to learn.
Well, you can say that Arabic is quite simple, but obviously grammar-wise, and we have obviously Fusha, which is the Arabic of the Quran. That is very difficult. Even yet, myself, I have difficulty sometimes reading and writing Fusha or getting it right.
Well, that brings us to the end of our show. I'd like to thank Sayyid Haidar al-Jazani and Brother Murtada Hamdani for both of the amazing voices and the way they have blessed the channel and the show and the month. And inshallah, we will see you both very soon in further shows, and you can bless us even more. Thank you very much, and congratulations on this blessed month.